Hey folks, my name is Jürgen, aka Nerd and Proud of It, and Destiny has brought you to my channel today to have a look at this playset of Millstones. Yes, we're gonna dive right into it. Here you see a playset of Antiquity Millstones, and that is actually the first version of the Millstone that had been printed. Sorry for the one Millstone that's a bit shiny, but I had a bit of trouble with the light today. And these are actually near mint, so I want to keep them in the sleeve, and that reflects the light a bit. But no worries, I am gonna make sure you can have a good look at them. Alright, why did I buy Antiquity Millstones? I've been building a vintage deck around Control, Millstone, and enchantments. So I also added cards like Tolarian Academy and Field of Dreams. So yeah, if you don't know Field of Dreams, it allows you to play with the top card of everybody's library revealed. And of course, if you have the top card of your opponent's or your own library revealed, you can just mill it away with a millstone. Let's get that one out of the sleeve a bit so you can see. I washed my hands, of course, and it's just a millstone, but still, I want to be careful with these because these have been, yeah, classified as near mint, and I think it's true. I'm very happy with the condition. So the idea, again, to get back to the deck, the idea was that with the Field of Dreams in play, I see which card opponents would draw or which card is on the top of their deck. And if it's a good card, I just mill it away. If it's a land, I can leave it. And they probably, if they, at that moment, don't need lands, of course, and they probably can't do anything that turn. I also, of course, can mill away cards I can't use at the moment, maybe a land or another card I have a lot of in my hands for my own deck or from my own deck. So yes, that's why I wanted to have these Antiquities Millstones. And I could easily have used another version. I think they even, in Revised, the Millstone was rare, in as far as I know, in my opinion. But I got like an uncommon version of a later edition. I don't even know which one it was, for like 20 cents a piece. But yeah, went out of my way to get these. These weren't very easy to find. Maybe because it's a good play piece and everybody wants to have an old play set to pimp out an old deck or whatever. But these Antiquities Millstones actually were pretty difficult to find, especially in near mint condition. Let's see if we can get a nice thumbnail picture here. And in the meanwhile, I'm just gonna ramble on. Yeah, what did I pay for these? I paid way too much for these, actually. I think if you look at the 80 cents playset I already have, I paid 70 bucks for 4 Millstones Antiquities. And I have to admit, I struggled a bit with that decision because I normally use cards to play. And of course, I am a collector as well, simply because I love the game and I have been with the game so long that I build up a certain collection. But in the recent years, I found myself more and more getting cards I am having nostalgic feelings about in old editions, and mainly Unlimited. That's the set I am focusing on. But in this case, I don't need 4 Antiquities Millstones for a vintage deck. I want to have 4 Antiquities Millstones for a vintage deck, and that's a whole different thing. The problem is if you pay 70 bucks for these, you have 70 bucks less for another maybe reserved list card or an old unlimited card. But what's the difference between buying an unlimited Mahamoti for 60 bucks, which I did recently as well? You saw that in the video a while back. Or buy 4 Antiquities Millstones for a deck that I can actually use and play with. And now I wanted to have them in good condition, and that actually makes it a bit more yeah, I'm a bit more hesitant to even play with these. So the actual purpose of these to be put in the deck might even be yeah, in jeopardy. But I just generally wanted to talk about this. It's totally okay to buy old cards if you want to and if you can afford it, of course, for a premium price. Because you can pimp out your deck. You got the original version, and that's what playing and collecting in Magic the Gathering's case is about, in my opinion. So what I did was buy these with a certain purpose and with a nostalgic feeling, because it has been a card that I have seen a lot in play and I played myself. So I think it's fine to just get the cards you want in the edition you want. Get the cards you want. Get the cards you want in the edition you want, and even pay more for them than you would just for a playset of a more recent version of the card. And I honestly think that gets more and more accepted. If I see the neon ink cards in Kamigawa, which isn't even a very playable card, but it's simply scarce, and people pay a lot of money for it, I'm fine with that. I personally wouldn't get that one because I don't have nostalgic feelings about a new printed neon ink card that simply is rare. If people are hyped about it and want to get it, I totally understand. If I would open collector boosters and I would get one, I would be hyped as well. But I probably wouldn't pay about 1,600 euros for a red one. Is it worth it? Maybe it is, because if you look at the breakdown of distribution of this card, it's very, very rare. But if you look at another usable card, for example, take the Sol Ring, which is a staple in every Commander deck, and you would print it in the next set, and they do a neon inked Sol Ring with like yellow neon as the flames of the Sol Ring. That card, and it's very, very rare, that card probably will be worth a lot of money, and that's fine. Personally, I would still go for an alpha or beta Sol Ring if the price is comparable. But that's just me. I'm just an old school guy and old school Magic player. So yeah, for me, these cards have more value simply because of the nostalgic feelings I have about them. And if you are a new player, a current player, and you open this and you are very enthusiastic about the modern neon ink cards, which are very scarce, and that's what you grow up with is a big word, but you know what I mean. That's what you're used to, and that's what your current gaming experience gives you, then I totally get it. Then that's your nostalgic feeling about the card, and then you would probably pay more about for it. But in general, I just wanted to say, and let's finish off the thought with that. Just wanted to say that I think it is okay to pay a premium for premium versions of a certain card if you can afford it and if you have a purpose for the card personally, even if it's collecting or putting in a deck and pimping out your deck with it. Folks, that's it for today. What do you think about getting premium versions of older cards, or even premium versions of newer cards, like with the neon inked stuff? Do you normally buy only the cheap versions and just use them for play, and you don't care about premium versions? Or do you actually buy a lot of premium versions, pimp out your deck, and you got one deck and you want to have it in the most cool you want to have it constructed in the most cool way you could do with the coolest cards or most premium cards there are? I would be curious. Let me know. I would say, in the meanwhile, folks, I'm probably gonna record another video after this one because I have to go to work tomorrow and I can't upload then, so I have to put one in the pipeline to prepare. In the meanwhile, stay healthy, stay frosty, have a great day, and I talk to you next time. Bye, folks.